Hello, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. Today, I wanted to do the tag from Christa at Crochet Witch Tarot. It is the underdog decks, and I don't, I I thought underdog decks were decks that um, people don't talk about that much, but I like the way that she framed this. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this tag. I think that I don't have. She started out with decks that she has repurchased. Now, I don't have a whole lot of decks that I've repurchased because the way that I am, I don't like to get rid of my decks. And once I get rid of them, I'm like done. Like I'm done. So um, I haven't, I don't know that I've ever repurchased a deck that I have rehomed purposefully. I have repurchased decks that I've lost. Um, and moves and stuff like that. But I have the only deck that I have ever repurchased that I have purposefully gotten rid of was the RWS because I cannot tell you how many times I have gotten rid of and repurchased a version of the RWS. And my newest version is the Pixie Pop Tarot. So this is a Kickstarter that I backed. And so this will be my first underdog deck, which is the RWS, particularly for right now, the Pixie Pop. Pixie Pop. I love this little deck. It's so cute. It's so small. It fits lovely in my hand. I have small hands. I don't even have a normal size tarot card here to show you the size. Hang on. Okay, this is the title card for the Australia Tarot. It's a normal size card, so you can see that they're a little bit smaller. I would say they're about the size of like a Fournier deck if you have one. I love the size of the deck. I love the cardstock. I love everything about it. But I did not always love the RWS. I have had many RWS decks in my lifetime, and it took a little while and a whole lot of study for me to appreciate these images. I think I've always thought of these images as being tarot to me because it was the deck that I knew from the beginning. It was the first deck I ever saw. It was the first deck I ever knew. So it's always going to be tarot in my head. And I know the images really well, but I didn't always appreciate them, and until I would say recently, I would say in the last 4 or 5 years, they weren't, I just wasn't feeling them in the way that I am now. And now these images are like, I love these images. I love the RWS. And I have a few copies of it and I read with it. I always have at least one copy out on my table to read with. So yeah, this will be, I think, my main OG underdog deck. And that is the RWS Rider-Waite Smith, or the Smith-Waite Tarot. And the one I'm showing you here is the Pixie Pop Tarot by Pixie Style Divination. Now, this was a Kickstarter, so I'm not even sure if this is still for sale, but this was the latest one that I have. Okay, so my next set of underdog decks are going to be decks that shock the hell out of me. Most of these decks, not all of them, but most of these decks are decks that I purchased on sale because I was trying to buy things on sale and I needed an extra thing to get free shipping. If you know, you know. So the first one I'm going to show you is the Sacred Cycles. This is a Hay House deck. If you know, you know, okay? Like, I got this thing on a whim thinking, oh yeah, I have cycles. I can do it during my personal cycle. Took this thing out of the box and from jump have been head over heels for this deck. I love it. I love it. I love the imagery. This imagery in this color palette. Oh, I guess that was something I was working with. I don't remember why. This imagery in this color palette is very much an aesthetic that I love and appreciate. I love that so many of the people are brown. I love the guidebook that comes with it and the thoughts and messages that are in there, which is largely what Oracle decks are, right? The guidebook or the thoughts and messages from the creator, right? And so I love that. I love that it's a whole deck about menstrual cycles and feminine cycles and There's even like life cycles, and I love it. I love it. And I, I have recently started using this deck outside. I have busted it out of its place in being just a deck that I use for a specific cycle, and I am now using it just as a regular Oracle deck. I have even considered writing some keywords in the artwork. Like, I am all in on this deck. So this is the first deck that shocked the hell out of me, and is definitely an underdog deck. Because when I bought this, it was literally, like, I need an extra deck to get free shipping on the Hay House sale, and this one was like, what, $8 or something like that. So I threw it in the cart and never looked back. So that's the Sacred Cycles. Another one that shocked the hell out of me that was super cheap. I got this one off Etsy, and I was looking for a key. Like, at the time, I was looking for a keyword deck, and I thought I wanted something small that I could take with me. Although I don't ever take decks with me, but I think at the time I thought I would. This is the Broke Bitch Tarot training deck. I'm gonna hold it up because they're small cards, but I have been. I'm kind of I don't know. I'm charmed by this deck. I like it. I like the illustrations, the watercolor. I like even these little sassy keywords that are on some of these messages. I like that it exists. I like that it's small with a lot of white space, so I can use it as a clarifier when I'm doing readings for people. So that's nice, and it's very modern. Um, and I like how hard they go with these images. Like, sometimes they just go all in, and you be like, okay, so that's where we're going. I like this one. Like, I like this little deck. I really do. I like that it's diverse, that it's modern, that it's cute, and it's little. So it fits on my table nicely, especially if I have other cards on the table and I'm just using this to sort of flesh out a reading. Yeah, I'm here for this. This is the Broke Bitch Tarot, and it's definitely an underdog in my collection, because when I bought this deck, I mean, I thought I might like it, but it was so inexpensive that I was like, well, if I don't like it, I'll just give it away. And this thing has been pretty much in use since I purchased it. So I can't see these keywords because they're so small. That's the only thing. I wish that the writing on it was, I wish the cards, I like that they're small, but I wish that the writing was a little bigger so that I could see it a little easier. But that is the Broke Bitch Tarot. Definitely an underdog deck in my collection. All right, let's get that back in the box. Next up is this one. This is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. I got this deck off Amazon. It was one of those publishers' copies. I like to buy decks when they're on sale. Part of the fun of collecting for me is buying, finding sales, finding decks on sale. That's the part of the fun for me. So when I purchased this one as a publisher's copy for really inexpensive, I grabbed it. I really didn't know much about it. I'd seen it around, but I didn't know too much about it. And it sat for a long time. And then Kim at Abundant Life Tarot has a Facebook page where um, she does tarot studies, and this was one of her studies. So I was like, oh, I have that deck. Let me do a study. So I was really excited to um yeah, to jump in. And I didn't realize how much I was gonna love this deck. But let me tell you about this deck. The second I touched it and shuffled it and started using it, it started buzzing. And it's been claimed by one of my ancestors. And I pretty much use it only for that reason now. Like, I only use it with that ancestor now. I it has become pretty much an irreplaceable deck in my collection. Um I cannot replace this deck because I don't know that if I bought another copy, if it would buzz the way this one does. I love this deck. I will always keep it. Um, I love this Emperor and the Empress. I think that's so clever. So clever. I I like it when people do really different stuff with the meanings of the cards. And this is so different. I just I think that's why I bought it in the first place, but I didn't know that it was going to hit me the way it did. Like, I didn't know it was going to hit like this, but it just, so this has become an ancestral deck for me. It's only used for that in my collection. And like I said, it is pretty irreplaceable. So yeah, this is the other underdog deck. I did not expect that from this. I really just purchased it, like I said, because it was on sale and it was a little bit different. I am not into skulls. I am not into knives. I am not into elixirs or Victorian art work. Well, I guess I like some Victorian art, but this sort of macabre Victorian art is not my style whatsoever. There's nothing about this deck aside from the flowers that is me at all. So this is it lives in this beautiful box that it came with, because I only use it for certain readings. I only use it for certain practice now. But for that practice, it is perfect. And I am so happy that I was able to do the study with it and learn from it, and to that it has connected in the way that it has for me. And that is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. Another deck that really kind of shocked the hell out of me was the Panda Tarot. This is a hands down good mood deck for me. I thought it was, I didn't know anything about this deck. This was like a Llewellyn, they were having a sale. I needed an extra deck to get to the amount. You know how it goes. And and this one was like $10 or $12. So I was real cheap. And so I bought it. And this damn deck is so, makes me so happy. Like, I just look at this. I cannot with this deck, y'all. I cannot. I love this deck. And it's an RWS pretty much a clone. So you can use it any way you want, but the images just make me so happy to look at. So if I'm in a bad mood, like, I might actually, the next time I do shadow work, use this deck, because I like to use decks that make me smile for shadow work, because shadow work is fucking hard enough, and I don't need depressing ass decks. Oh gosh, even this tower, I don't like the tower card. I have a whole thing about the tower card, but this does not. If this is, I appreciate a deck where the tower card is like, it doesn't make me scared, and so yeah, I love this. This is Panda Tarot. I always want to call it the Panda Tarot, but it is just, I think, Panda Tarot. You can get this. This is from Los Scarabeo, and this is another underdog deck for me. In the same vein, we have the traditional manga tarot. Another one, same, but different, you know? Same, but different. I did not expect it. I did not, but it just hits. It's freaking gorgeous. I actually knew about this deck from Tarot Oracle's channel. He uses it quite a bit. And I've seen it on his channel, and I've been interested in it. The backs were what I loved. And oh, my thing slipped. Oh my God, these backs. And so I kept saying, oh, I'm gonna get it. And it sat in my Llewellyn cart for forever. And I finally purchased it on a whim, thinking, oh, it'll just be pretty. You know, I did not think it was gonna be. This is a sharp reader, y'all. This one is a sharpshooter. I love this deck, and it's gorgeous. And I'm not even into manga or any of this stuff, but I think this is beautiful. I like the lighting in these images. I don't know. I like the way they seem to bleed off the card, almost like melt, like candle wax. I love this deck. It's beautiful. And so this is another one for me. This is the traditional manga tarot from Los Scarabeo. Another one was the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. And if anybody knows how much I love this deck, you would be shocked to see that this is on my Underdogs deck video, because in the beginning, I honestly didn't even know if I should buy this deck, because I have the other one. I forget the name of it. Angel Wisdom, I think. And I rarely ever use it. So I wasn't going to get this one, because I was like, I have one that I never use. What is the point? And then I caught it on sale at Hay House. And I said, well, I saw it on Tarot, a walkthrough from Tarot Oracle, and he was talking about how he thinks this one is so much better than the other one. He really loved the other one, which is what got me to buy that one. And I saw this card. And this card just reminds me of so many people in my family, like my aunts, just I love this card. And I was like, oh, I have to have it, even if it's just so I can have this card in my life, like my mom, shit, me, like we all kind of, look like, and not like this, but like it's that energy, you know what I mean? Like, so, I loved it. And so I was like, I'm gonna get it. And I got it, and I'm in love with this deck. I use it shit all the time. I can't even tell you. I like the images. I really do. I love these little comfortable, fun, and they look so realistic, but they're obviously drawn. But I look at how she looks. Like you get the way that her hips are, it's perfectly drawn. Like I can feel the balance. Like I can feel the little girl balancing on. I can feel myself as a child or even as a grown ass person, because I still do stuff like this, balancing on something. You know what I mean? Like they come alive. They really do. It's almost like they want to walk right off the card. I love this deck. I even like these keywords. Not that I use them that much, but they're helpful to have, especially when you don't feel like thinking too much. I love the color coding on it. They're all kind of in order right now, but because I've been doing some elemental work with them. I also like that it's elements and in the suits. So yeah, definitely an underdog. Because I didn't even when I bought it, I didn't even take it out of the box for months because I was like, why did I buy this? I was on the whole regret thing, like, I don't even like the other one. Why did I even do this? Um, and then I opened it, and then I opened it, and it was all over from there. That is the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot by Radley Valentine from Hay House. Okay, the next category I have here are decks that keep going in and out of my purgatory box, but that I have decided enough is enough. They're not going back in there anymore because obviously I want to keep them because I keep pulling them out. So in 2023 is going to be the year that I have put my foot down and these decks are not going back into purgatory anymore. First up is the Enchanted Map Tarot. This deck was actually saved in my collection by the acquisition of the mystical Tarot of Mystical Moments. I got that deck in for review, and I asked in my video what deck people were using for that one, and like to pair with it. And someone mentioned um not this one. They mentioned what's the other one by Colette Baron Reed, the one in the red box. I can't remember the name of it. I don't have that one. And so I thought, oh well, this one has similar images. I'll try this one. And oh my gosh, when I tell you they are married now, they're married now. I was married now. Like they live together. They're together. They're a couple now. I love the way they read together. So that's it. It's a wrap. So now this one has, not only does it have a permanent home, but it has a permanent partner. And this is the Enchanted Map Oracle, saved in my collection by the acquisition of the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Love it. Love it. The energy is fabulous. It finally makes sense to me now. Because when I first had this deck, I really didn't know. I was like, I don't know if I like it. But now we're rocking together. We're rolling. So yeah, definitely underdog for sure. Okay, next deck, Angel Among Us. I cannot tell you how many times I have put this deck in purgatory and pulled it out. I love the way this deck is illustrated. I wish I could find, I can't find my perfect. I don't know if I'll ever find my perfect angel deck, y'all. I don't know if I ever will. The thing I don't like about this one, as you can see right on the top, is that it's not all angels. This is a goddess, and I don't do goddess energy. I don't work with goddesses. I don't mind the energy. I don't mind the okay. So I don't mind having the goddess there and working with the energy and the keywords and all of that, but I don't actually work with goddesses, and I wanted an angel deck, which is why I bought it. And then it wasn't an angel deck. Because like have we even seen an angel yet? Like, and I've been through all these cards and there's still no angels. So yeah, there's that. So that irritates me about this deck. It really does. And every time I use it and I want to pull angel energy and I get all of these that are not angels, I must have separated out the angels, which is why we aren't finding them yet. Yeah. Um, then I get irritated. And there's only like, and then when you just use the angels, you don't have enough cards, right? And so what I have decided, since I keep putting this away and pulling it back out, is that I'm not putting it away anymore. I'm just going to keep the deck. I'm just going to keep it, and I'm just going to just maybe pull, because I have another deck that I really love, but it doesn't have anywhere near enough diversity for me. Matter of fact, it doesn't have, that deck is so, that deck is bordering on tokenism, to be honest, but it is, outside of that is like my perfect angel deck. So I have a hard time using that deck by itself because of the problems with the diversity. So I will pull this with that. So if I find a card in there and there's a match for the angel in here, I will use that card alongside this one, because I prefer these images, and I prefer that there's, especially this one, that there's some diversity in this deck, and it's beautiful, and in the guidebook is wonderful. It's a lovely deck. It's just not, for me, it's not what I wanted. It's not what I expected from the title. And but it's okay, because I'm gonna keep this deck now. I have decided it is staying out of purgatory. It's not going back. It has a Jesus card, which is nice. I've never seen that in an oracle deck before. And I kind of, and I love this Sekhmet card. Not that I work with Sekhmet or anything like that, but I mean, this energy, I can definitely get with this energy. So, so that's what I've been doing. I've been using it alongside my angel deck that I am trying to decide if I'm going to keep or not. What do you guys do when you get a deck and it's just so, I don't know. I don't want to say that. I don't know if the creators meant for it to be that. It almost feels hurtful. You know what I mean? It almost feels hurtful. I don't know if they meant for it to be that way, but it's like it's perfect in every way, but that's such an important thing that it's just like what do I do? So right now I'm trying to work with it, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. Let's do the next the next deck that has been in and out of purgatory. And that, oops, sorry for the noise. That would be the Mystic Palette Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. This is my first and only, well, I have his Lenormand deck. But tarot, this is my first and only Ciro Marchetti deck, and I don't love it, to be honest. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And I keep pulling it out of, I keep putting it in purgatory and pulling it out. So obviously I want to keep it. So, ugh, why do I keep pulling all these devil cards? What's going on? Because I probably need to be doing something else besides making these YouTube videos. That's why I keep pulling them. Oh, goodness. Okay, so with this deck, I kept saying I should rehome this one and get the color version, because I think I might prefer the color version. I didn't buy the color version, one, because I thought this was different, and I know that he normally does a lot of very colorful cards, and this was so different, and I wanted something different, something, I don't know, it felt more collectible, you know. And other thing was that I was nervous that all of those colors, being so much on my table, would be distracting for me. Sometimes when there's too much color on a table, I can get distracted. Then I got this one, and I don't know if I'm just bored. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what it is about this deck, but I keep putting it in purgatory, thinking I'm gonna sell it, and then pulling it back out. And so since I keep doing that, I've decided it's staying. It's staying out. This is staying out. But it is definitely an underdog deck in my collection. It is definitely underappreciated by me, I think. Because I need to probably read the guidebook and just go through and just kind of try to find a way to really appreciate this deck, because I'm obviously not getting rid of it. So it's beautiful. I mean, some of these images are stunner. Like, look at this. Look at this 9. This is beautiful. Um, this hermit. Oh my God. You know, like, wow. This is the card I think that sold me. And Yeah, I may still, you know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping that the color version will go mass market and then I can get a color version and then just keep this as a collectible. But I may end up selling it, but for right now, like I said, it's been in and out of purgatory so many times that in 2023 this will not be going back into purgatory. So if I do sell it, it won't be this year. And that is the Mystic Palette Tarot by Tarot Marchetti. Definitely an underdog in my collection. Another deck that has been going in and out of my purgatory, and I promise you will not be going back in this year, is the Erotic Fantasy Tarot. I'm not going to show too many of these cards because they are a little saucy. But yeah, I like this deck. I don't know why I keep purgatory in it. I don't know why. I'm being ridiculous. I guess I'll make this video. What do you call it? Let me see what I can show. Here we go. I don't know why I keep putting it in purgatory because I put it in there and I promise you it does not last more than a few. I'm sorry, I have to go through and find the ones I can show. It does not last more than a few months before it's back on my table. I like the girl powerness of it all. You know, I like the bad bitch of it all. And I like the little Eros messages in the guidebook as well. So those are nice. So yeah, this is the Erotic Fantasy Tarot, and it's definitely an underdog in my collection. It's not appreciated the way it should be, to be honest. I need to do better about appreciating this deck because I like it and I keep purgatory in it. I keep putting it in there and then be looking for it. Like, where is it? Just ridiculousness, just straight up ridiculousness. So in 2023, this one it will not be going back into purgatory. And the final deck in my collection is a deck that I have decided to keep, um, even if I'm only going to use it once or twice, and that is once or twice a year, and that is a Divine Feminine Oracle. I cannot not I can't give this deck away. I can't because look at that one right on the top. There are too many beautiful images in it and it has too much good energy. And I really love the energy in this deck. I don't always work with it. Um but when I do, I get some really great messages and some really great energy from it. And there's a card in this. Even if I was to rehome this deck, I could not rehome one of the cards. I would have to keep it. I love this one. And I actually, a lot of these people, like I said, I don't work with goddesses, and not all of these in here are goddesses. Some of these are just, famous people or whatever. And I knew some of them, and some of them I didn't. But I've learned a lot about the people in this deck because I've had this deck for a little bit now. And this, I didn't know who she was until I read in the book, and then I've been down a whole rabbit hole. And I actually quite love this energy. So, and I love this depiction of her. There is a card in this deck. Let's see if I can find it. Watch it not be. Hang on. There's a card in this deck. I can't this one. I cannot part with this card. I have never had a deck that has a Queen Esther card in it. She means so much to me, as far as for different various reasons. And it is my favorite book in the Bible. It is my favorite Bible story. I love that this card is in this deck and I don't want to part with this card. And so I will not be parting with this deck. But that being said, this is a good deck, I know that when I first got it, I thought the images seem a little misty and I can't really see them that well. But what I've noticed is that it's just you gotta look a little harder, There's lots going on in the backgrounds. I do love the way that they match the backgrounds with the person, and the I like that there's so many different cultures here represented. I learned a lot from the guidebook. I think the guidebook is really good. I think that the writer of this guidebook is like, a study. She studies this stuff. You can tell she's a that she really knows her shit, you know? So, and she put a lot of information in the guidebook, which I appreciated because I didn't know a lot about a lot of these people. And like I said, I get good readings from this. I really do. I do have to often pull out the guidebook, but sometimes when I don't, I think because I've had it for so long now and I've read the guidebook a few times. Well, not cover to cover, but like I've read the guidebook entries on these cards probably more than once because I've been using it for a few years now. I don't need the guidebook. I find I don't need it as much anymore. And so I can use it more like a regular Oracle deck rather than just like an energy of the day or I'll put it up on the desk and look at it kind of deck. I can use it sort of like to give me actual messages. But yeah, this is definitely one in my collection that was underappreciated until I decided to appreciate it, basically. And that is the Divine Feminine Oracle. And that's my final underdog deck for this video. Yeah, it was nice to be able to show some of those decks. So thank you to Christa for this lovely tag. That was fun. What are your if you're not doing YouTube videos, what are your underdog decks? I'd love to hear about them. Post them below. And what do you think about these decks that I have here? Do you have them? Have you been using them? What have you been using them for? If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel to grow. Share with your friends, all the things. If you want to see more from me, subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. And I am out. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Stay safe and be blessed. Bye.